Welcome to Tagalog Lesson 9. Isang pangkaraniwang araw sa buhay ng isang pangkaraniwang yaya. A typical day in the life of a typical nanny.
Ninyo! Huwag nga kayo magtatatakbo. Baka makatisod kayo ng nuno dyan. Lagot kayo. Bola ko yan eh. Akin na to. Wah! Bakit may umiiyak na naman? Lapit kayo rito. Ngayon din. Yan nga ba ang sinasabi ko eh. Kanina pa ako saway ng saway sa inyo. Ang titigas ng mga ulo nyo. Ayaw niyong makinig. Sininiya po kasi sinadyakan po ako, tsaka sinuntok. Pinagkakalmot din po ako, kasi nabunutan. Totoo ba yan, Inya? Sabihin mo ang totoo. Ayoko ng batang sinungaling. Siya po kasi. Ayaw po niyang isoli ang bola ko. Nang dahil lang sa bola, kinarate mo ang kuya mo? Singera ka ba? Ha? Sagot! Hindi po. Di naman pala eh. Mag-sorry ka sa kuya mo. Sorry kuya. Hindi na maulit. Di nga. Ninyo, tama na yan. Mula ngayon, wala nang lalabas ng bahay. Maliwanag? Opo.
That is the end of our dialogue for Lesson 9. If you want to learn more, please stay as we discuss each detail of the important sentences in this lesson.
Ninyo! Huwag nga kayo magtatatakbo.
So the name of the boy here is Nino. I hope you notice that the Spanish N comes with a name. So without the Spanish N, you pronounce it as Nino. But with the N, the mustache above the letter N, you pronounce the word Nino. So just like in Nina, when it's spelled as N-I-N-A, so this is N-I-N-O, so it is Nino. And then wag is do not, and nga is an article that adds to the order of wag. And then kayong, you, plural, magtatatakbo. So it is from the word takbo, means run. And then tatakbo means to run. This is the future tense of takbo, tatakbo. And then magtatatakbo. This is where most foreigners would make a mistake because they would often say magtatakbo. So therefore, they don't know that you have to add another ta because it would lose the essence. It would lose the point of magtatakbo. When you delete the other ta, it would simply mean it would appear to be magtatakbo. So magtatakbo does not exist in Tagalog vocabulary. You have to put it three ta. So magtatatakbo. From the word takbo, magtatatakbo means not an ordinary running, but lots of running around.
Baka makatisod kayo ng nuno dyan. Lagot kayo.
Well, in this sentence, baka does not mean cow. Here, it means maybe. And then makatisod, it is to trip, meaning when something blocks your feet while you are running and then you fall, that is tisod. So makatisod is the future tense of tisod. And then kayo is you, plural, ng, of, and then nuno. Nuno is an old man the size of an elf. They are believed to be living inside the ant hills out there in the rural areas. And John is there, and then lagot kayo. Um, it has no exact English equivalent, but more or less could mean you will be sorry. So, side note about the Nuno, an elf living underground. So there are times they're believed to be walking around above ground, and then when children are running around playing, they could not see the Nuno. So there's a great chances that they would hit them and knock them off. So this will really provoke these creatures, and then they will cast spells on the children, and then the children will fall ill. They will get sick, and nobody could do anything about it except an albulario or the witch doctor. He would know or how to break the spell of the Nuno or the elf. That's a typical Filipino belief.
Bola ko yan eh.
Here, the girl asserts her ownership of the ball. Bola means ball, and ko means I. So, bola ko means my ball, and yan is that. And indicates a feeling of assertion.
Akin na to.
Here, the boy says he is now owning the ball. So, akin is mine. Na means already, and to is the contracted form of ito, which is this. So that is iyan, and this is ito. So akin na ito means this is mine already. But the more natural English equivalent is this is mine now.
Bakit may umiiyak na naman?
Here, the mother says, bakit may umiiyak na naman? Bakit means why. And then may umiiyak. May means there is, and umiiyak is crying. May umiiyak means there is someone crying. And na already. Actually, na and naman here cannot separate because it is one idea. Na naman. So this is almost one word which means again. So, bakit may umiiyak na naman? In a literal translation, it would mean, why? There is another one crying. But the more natural conversion is, why is someone crying again?
Lapit kayo rito. Ngayon din.
So here, lapit kayo rito. Lapit means come closer or come where I am or go to someplace nearer. So when partner with kayo, which is the plural of you, lapit kayo means both of you come near me. And rito means here. And then the natural translation is get here. Lapit kayo rito, get here. And then ngayon din. Ngayon means now, and din often means also. But when partnered with ngayon, ngayon din, it could mean right this moment, right now, or right this instant.
Yan nga ba ang sinasabi ko eh.
Yan na nga ba ang sinasabi ko is a very overused Tagalog expression. This is the first thing one says when a previous warning was not heeded, when the previous warning was ignored. So you should memorize this phrase because it's very important and this is a very Tagalog expression. Yan na nga ba ang sinasabi ko? So yan is that and na already. Nga ba? Well, it indicates that something was already said before. And then ang the sinasabi being said ko me. So yan na nga ba ang sinasabi ko eh. So that is what I have been saying before. And the more natural translation is that's what I have been telling you.
Kanina pa ako saway ng saway sa inyo.
So kanina means earlier, previously, or a while ago. And when you mix it with the word pa, kanina pa, it means it's been a while or it has been taking place for quite some time. So ako means me and saway. You have to remember that saway does not exactly mean reprimand, but translators often use reprimand because they have no other choice. But we have to clearly define what saway is. So, what is saway? It is the act of telling someone verbally to stop doing something or telling someone verbally to stop or refrain from doing something. And sa inyo means to you. So the act of reprimanding or stopping is being told to the children. Kanina pa ako saway ng saway sa inyo. So in this particular scene, the mother does not use only saway, but saway ng saway. You notice the word nang, N-A-N-G. You notice that it is not NG kind of nang. So it is a N-A-N-G kind of nang. So when you see that, it has something to do with something going on for a while. So saway ng saway means it's not an ordinary saway, but the mother has been telling the children for many times already, saway ng saway. So she got irritated. Kanina pa ako saway ng saway sa inyo. I have been telling you a lot of times already to stop doing something. So kanina pa ako saway ng saway sa inyo. So the more natural English translation is I've been telling you to stop for quite some time.
Ang titigas ng mga ulo nyo.
Antitigas from the root word matigas or tigas, hardness, and matigas, an adjective which means hard or tough. So here it is mixed with the word ang. So tigas and ang titigas. So the letter G is missing in ang. Usually Tagalog would omit the letter G. So all you hear is the letter N, an, titigas. It means how hard. And then nang, of, and mga, mga. Always remember that if you see mga, it means mga, and it doesn't sound maga or mga. Usually white people make mistakes in pronouncing this because they think that it's not mga, but actually it is mga. That indicates a plural thing. So the next word is ulo, head. And if you see mga ulo, it means heads, more than one head. And niño, the next word is niño, now contracted into nyo. So it means yours, mga ulo ninyo, your heads. So since the woman is talking about more than one head, she uses the adjective ang titigas. If the mother was talking about only one head, she would say ang tigas. But since there are more than one head, she uses ang titigas. So remember, ang titigas is a plural word describing two or more objects. So is it really true that these kids have very hard heads? Not at all. Because when a Tagalog person would say you are so stubborn, you refuse to listen, you're such a mule, it means matigas ang ulo or hard-headed. The way you see it in English is you are so stubborn.
Ayaw niyong makinig.
Ayo means don't like to, don't like, or don't want to. And the next word is ninyong, here shortened into nyong, which is you in plural. Makinig means to listen. So ayaw niyong makinig, you don't want to listen, you don't like to listen, or refuse to listen. So here the translation written is simply you won't listen.
Sininiya po kasi sinadyakan po ako, tsaka sinuntok.
So here we encounter the Spanish letter again, letter N, yeah. So it is an N with a mustache above it. So it describes Nina. Si Nina. That means it was Nina or it is Nina. And po added to show respect, and kasi. So kasi here roughly means that is why. Si Nina po kasi. It was Nina, that's why. So here the boy says his sister kicked him. Tadyak is the root word of tinadyakan. So tinadyakan is the past tense of tadyak, means to kick. So po is a word that indicates respect to the elder. And then ako, which means me. And we encounter the word tsaka here, which is rarely written because it is usually spoken. It's made up of two words, at and saka. At means and saka means and or also. So the combination of at saka means and also. So usually children use tsaka. Adults would say at saka. But many adults would say tsaka anyway. So here, sinuntok means punched with an ed. So sinuntok is the past tense of suntok, means to punch. So the boy clearly says the girl punched him. So she did not really throw lots and lots of punches. Otherwise, the boy would say, pinagsusuntok ako. I was being punched many times. He only said sinuntok, so probably he was only punched once. So back to the word tinadyakan. Probably the girl only kicked the boy once, because if he was kicked many many times, the boy would say, pinagtatadyakan po ako. I was being kicked many times.
Pinagkakalmot din po ako sa sinabunutan.
So here, the word kalmot is being used. Kalmot means to claw on someone using nails on many fingers. That's more than one finger. Pinagkakalmot. So the past tense of kalmot is kinalmot. But since the girl was so wild and so angry, what she did was pinagkakalmot niya ang brother niya. So she clawed on her brothers many many times. So if she only clawed on her brother once, the brother would say, kinalmot po ako. So it was only once. But here he says, pinagkakalmot. That means the girl really clawed at him many times. So he must have gotten so many bruises all over him. The next word is din, which means also, and po, a show of respect, and ako, which means me. Now the word tas. You rarely see this in formal written Tagalog in the mass media, and it's rarely spoken in TV because it is just a lazy form of tapos. So the Tagalog people has gotten lazy in pronouncing the word tapos lately, maybe after year 2000. So this has become a fad, writing tapos as tas. So you often see this in informal chats, in social media, and in cell phone text. So tas is tapos. And the next word is sinabunutan. It means being wrestled by pulling the hair with two hands. It is from the word sabunot. It's the root word. So the past tense is sinabunutan, the present is sinasabunutan, and the future is sasabunutan. Here the boy says sinabunutan, so he was wrestled by his sister by pulling his hair using two hands. So if the sister pulled the boy's hair only once, the boy would just say, hinablot po ang buhok ko. My hair was pulled. But since he was wrestled by his sister, he says sinabunutan. So it's really a wild fighting, pulling of hair using two hands.
Totoo ba yan, Inya? Sabihin mo ang totoo.
Here we see two words, tutuo. So the first tutuo here means truth. And the second tutuo at the end of the sentence means truth. So tutuo can mean true or truth, depends on how you use it. The next word is ba, uh, which indicates that the word tutuo is a question. And yun, that is, that was. So totoo ba yun? Or totoo ba yun? Was it true or is it true? Sabihin is the future tense of sabi, which is to say. So sabihin mo. Mo is you, and ang totoo. Ang means the, and totoo here means truth. Sabihin mo, say. You say, sabihin mo. Ang totoo, the truth. Sabihin mo ang totoo. So the natural translation of sabihin mo ang totoo is tell me the truth. You notice that me has already entered the scene. So because it doesn't make sense in English if you say tell the truth. So tell me the truth is more sensible.
Ayoko ng batang sinungaling.
So here the mother uses the word ayoko. They usually use ayoko when they say they don't want something or someone. So ayoko is from the word ayaw, which is don't want or don't like, and ko, me, ayaw ko. So now these days it often sounds like ayoko. Ayoko. That's simple. They don't say ayaw ko. Rarely you see people saying ayaw ko when they are not actually Tagalog, when they're from other provinces. So if you are pure Tagalog, you always say ayoko. Always remember, do not say hindi ko gusto, because Tagalog people don't say that. It is correct, but only non-Tagalog would use hindi ko gusto ang isang bagay. No? So if you see in the internet a teacher offering Tagalog lessons and he teaches you that I don't want to go in Tagalog is hindi ko gustong pumunta. So it's a fake teacher and he doesn't know Tagalog. Because if you say if you say I don't want to go in Tagalog, it is ayokong pumunta. So how do you say I don't want to sleep in Tagalog? The wrong way to say it is hindi ko gustong matulog. And the right way to say it is ayokong matulog. If you want to say I don't want to swim, so in Tagalog it is ayokong lumangoy. And the wrong way to say it is hindi ko gustong lumangoy. So if you hear someone saying hindi ko gustong lumangoy, he is not a Tagalog, she is not a Tagalog. So stay away from her. You will learn wrong Tagalog from her. The next word is ng, which means of or a, depending on the use. And batang, a child who is. Bata is child, and bata na is shortened into batang. So batang is a child who is. Sinungaling simply means liar. So bata na sinungaling, or in short, batang sinungaling, is a child who is a liar. But since you cannot write in English a child who is a liar because it doesn't sound natural, so you simply write child who lies. So in this case, there are two children. So the woman says, I don't like children who lie.
Siya po kasi.
So the word siya means him or her. And po, sign of respect. And kasi, that is why. So if you hear siya po kasi or siya po kasi, it means it was because of him. Or roughly, it was him or her who is to blame. But since we want to sound natural in English, we would say it was because of him.
Ayaw po niyang isoli ang bola ko.
So ayaw means don't want to or don't like to. And niyang means him or her. And isoli means to return or to give back. Ang bola, the ball, ko, mine or me. So ayaw po niyang isoli ang bola ko. He refused to return my ball back to me. So the more natural English translation is he won't give me back my ball or he won't give my ball back.
Nang dahil lang sa bola, kinarate mo ang kuya mo?
So nang usually means while, but because it is being partnered here with the word dahil, which means because, it becomes because of. So nang dahil means because of. And the next word is lang, which means merely or just or simply. And sa bola, of the ball or of a ball. So nang dahil lang sa bola means because simply of a ball or simply because of a ball. Always remember that even if you remove nang, you do not change the context or the idea of the sentence. The mother could have said dahil lang sa bola, just because of the ball, but she decided to add the word nang dahil lang sa bola, because she wanted to sound authoritative. Means nang dahil makes you sound more formal or more authorized. So, nang dahil lang sa bola has more power than simply dahil lang sa bola. The next word is kinarate. So, the root word is karate. So, it's one of the Asian martial arts and it has gotten into the Tagalog vocabulary without losing its real meaning, but it is being conjugated in different forms. So, kinarate is the past tense, and kinakarate is the present tense, and the future tense is kakaratihin. So, I will attack you using a karate. So, kakaratihin kita. And I am attacking you now using karate. Kinakarate kita ngayon. So in this particular sentence, it is kinarate. So the girl attacked her brother using karate. So the girl, kinarate niya ang kuya niya. The next word is mo, which means your, and ang, the, and kuya means older brother. So if the girl simply calls her older brother by his name, it's okay, but it is respectful to say kuya to your older brother. And older sisters are called ate. And the next word is mo, you, yours. So ang kuya mo, your older brother. So the natural translation is just because of a ball, you attack your older brother using karate. So you can also say, just because of a ball, you attacked your big brother using karate. Or you can even simply say brother.
Singera ka ba? Ha?
So boksingera is how you say it in Tagalog when you want to say boxer. So if it's a male boxer, you say boksingero. And if it's a female boxer, boksingera. So boksingera ka, you are a female boxer. And since ba is added, it turns into a question. Boksingera ka ba? Are you a lady boxer? Or simply, are you a boxer? And ha, it repeats the question. Huh? So after being asked if she's a lady boxer or not, the girl didn't say anything. So she was quiet. Of course, it would irritate you if you were a parent.
Sagot!
So the mother got irritated again and hollered, Sagot! She can simply say, Sumagot ka? But here she'd rather be very simple and direct. Sagot! So using sagot alone is rude. It really scares the children. If you want to say sagot, while being nice, you say, Sumagot po kayo. Or you can say, please answer. Pakisagot po. But remember, you don't say, pakisuyo, sumagot po kayo. Because pakisuyo is not please. Always remember that. So if you really want to say please answer, you just add paki. Pakisagot po. So the po indicates that you are being respectful and you are being nice. No, it doesn't matter if it's older than you or you're talking to someone younger than you or your age. If you really just want to be respectful and nice, you add a po. So, pakisagot po. Please answer. But if you really want to be ancient and you want to be poetic, you would say, pakiusap, sumagot po kayo. Because pakiusap is very, very romantic and poetic and formal word.
Hindi po.
So here, the girl says hindi, which means no, and po as a show of respect. Now, what would happen if she just say hindi without the po? The thing is, it's gonna irritate her mother a lot because it shows that she's not respecting her mother by saying just hindi without the po. So the mother will get angrier.
Di naman pala eh. Oh, mag-sorry ka sa kuya mo.
So di naman pala, di is not, naman pala, surprisingly, it is. So di naman pala, surprisingly, it is not. And is almost equivalent to the h in English. So you use naman pala when you found out that something you were expecting to be there isn't there, or to be what it is not actually what it is. So it is contrary to your expectation. So you say naman pala. So o, when you start a sentence with this word, you assert your authority, and then it's not very kind when you use it to adults unless you know them very well. But using it to children, using it on children, you assert your authority, so it is effective. It's more or less like then, well then, or something like that. So mag-sorry, here you see the mag. It's not manga because imna, it's not mga, it's mag. So mag, it's a suffix. You put it with other verbs, so it would make the verb future tense. So if you say maghanap, hanap is look for or search. So maghanap means to look for. Lakad means walk, and if you put maglakad, it will become to walk. So in this particular sense, it uses the word sorry from English sorry, but in Tagalog you say sorry. Mag-sorry is future of apologizing. So sorry is apology. Mag-sorry is to apologize. And nagsusorry is apologizing. And past tense, nagsorry was apologizing or apologized. Here it says magsorry ka. You apologize. Magsorry ka. You apologize to your older brother. Magsorry ka sa kuya mo. The most typical light duty apologizing in Tagalog is sorry or pasensya na. And then here the girl says, sorry, kuya. Sorry, my older brother. And di na mauulit. Mauulit means to be repeated again. And di na, not anymore. Not anymore, repeated again. So, hindi na mauulit or di na mauulit means it will not happen again. So, you notice that it is very simple, di na mauulit. It's not written as di na mauulit iyon or di ko na uulitin iyon. That's not how Tagalog people say it. Di na mauulit is the only option. But it's possible that people will say, di ko na uulitin, but di na mauulit is the most common one. The translation here could have been, sorry, my older brother, but it's too poetic and it's too bulky. It doesn't sound natural English. So it's better to say, sorry, brother, it won't happen again.
Sorry, kuya. Hindi na maulit. We, di nga.
Since the early 2000s and late 90s, there have been a widespread use of we among the Tagalog youth. You say it when you are a bit suspicious of what someone says. So it roughly means, are you sure? Are you telling the truth? Where? And then dinga means, is it or isn't it? Dinga, hindi nga, is dinga. So they always go together, the we and the dinga. We, dinga. Really? Are you serious? Seriously? Are you telling the truth? Or something like that.
Ninyo, tama na yan.
Here the mother senses start of another fight. So she called out Nino. She says, Tama na yan. Tama means enough, correct, or just. But here in this scene, tama means enough. Na means already. Enough already. And yan is iyan, which means that. Tama na yan is that's enough. That's how you say it in Tagalog.
Mula ngayon, wala nang lalabas ng bahay. Maliwanag?
Mula means beginning, since or starting, and ngayon means now. So, mula ngayon means starting now, from now on. The next word, wala, means nothing or no one. And nang lalabas, someone going out. And nang bahay, out of the house. Wala nang lalabas ng bahay. In English, nothing or no one gets out of the house. And maliwanag means bright, but in this case, it means clear. So in English, it would mean, am I being clear? Do you clearly hear me? Do you understand? So usually when a Tagalog would say, do you understand? They rarely say, naiintindihan mo. They usually say maliwanag if they're talking to a younger person. If you have noticed, wala nang lalabas ng bahay doesn't indicate any pronoun like somebody or someone, because that's the Tagalog way of saying it. Wala nang lalabas ng bahay. But in English, you have to have the noun somebody, nobody, or something like that. So wala nang lalabas ng bahay. No one will get out of the house. Maliwanag means bright, but in this particular scene, it means clear. So the woman was asking if she was being understood. So she says, maliwanag. In English, am I clear? Am I being clear? Do you understand it clearly? Or do you simply understand it? When you use maliwanag, you exert your authority. But if you want to sound polite and kind, you use malinaw po ba? So malinaw compared to maliwanag, malinaw is kinder and is more often used when you are the same level of status or age. But since the woman was talking to her children and she wants to scare them into following her, she uses the maliwanag. But it is not very kind, it is not very polite. That ends lesson 9. Thank you for hanging with us. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share this video, and see you in lesson 10 a few days from now.